Good evening. Welcome to the Gooner booth. Apologies, we wasn't on for the preview or the reaction for Olympiacos. Unfortunately, it was our Nan's funeral, so we were saying goodbye. But we're on to preview the West Ham game and discuss the Arsenal Olympiacos game. So let's get going. Wayne, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Tone. We had a funny day of it yesterday, matey, but hope you're keeping well, you and the family.
You too, mate.
Yeah, yeah. So I managed to having get home, beat the traffic to watch the game. Um, so yeah, well, I'll break it down. Anyone want to ask about it, matey, to
Yeah,
get
I
the full
mean,
details?
I see bits of it. It looked really scrappy. Which I think, Joe, what you're always going to get that with the Newcastle game. There's always going to be a slight come down. That makes
Yeah,
sense. So, but yeah, what I see, it looked really scrappy.
mm,
We made a few changes. I think you rested some players.
yeah,
Which, you know what, we've got the depth in our squad. Why not? Because the players that come in can do a like for like job. In my opinion. I think one of the things that I have to highlight, Raya, what an absolute save!
yeah.
Every season he gives us something where you're like, how the hell has he saved that? He
Multiple times as
on them
well.
moments yesterday as well. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, it looked like 2-0. I think was a score line. I think it looked like we powered through. That's what you want, right? Not everything's gonna be perfect.
mm,
I mean, I see the Martinelli goal where Gyökeres just steamed his way through.
mm,
Um, you know, and he's finished it off, which is good. But yeah, it looked like Gyökeres had another great game where not only he didn't score again, but and that probably will be mentioned by rival
mm,
supporters. Um, but he did work his socks off, and I think that's what he's going to give us every game.
mm,
He's gonna work his socks off.
yeah.
But yeah, what was your assessment, mate? I think you see more of it than I did.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, mate, it's quite a spot on assessment as you said from the highlights. I think if you watch it, kind of break it down, it would have looked like a scrappy game. From watching it, the best way to say to you is we come out. Arsenal. When the first 20 minutes we come out and we attack a side. We've gone 1-0 up. I mean, as I say, it's a great ball from Erdegaard, which again is what we want to see. Whoever plays in the number 10 or if you're going to play into a deeper eight, a right eight, if you like, for Erdegaard, a bit deeper, let him dictate play. He started with Subamendi and Moreno again,
Okay.
um, but they allowed Erdegaard to have a bit of more of a free role, and he played Erdegaard tone. If you'd have watched Erdegaard, I
Yeah.
don't know if the highlights kind
But
of showed you, but he had a very good game tone.
so a
Erdegaard,
question on that before you
yeah,
continue with your assessment.
yeah.
Um, do you think Odegaard started in this game and Eze was rested because Eze starting against West Ham in that number 10 role?
You know what, Tony? People have said he should start. It's such a tough. My starting 11 will obviously come into that,
Yeah, we're getting to
which
that.
we'll get to that. No, I know what you're saying, Tony. Yeah, I
It's a
love
good headache to have,
Erdegaard.
isn't it? It's a good headache
It,
to have.
but this is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, as I said to you, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to repeat myself again. If you can get an Arteta lineup, then put the lottery on. Obviously, we will discuss that, but he had a very good game yesterday. Now, listen, I know it's not sort of if it's a more intense game. I mean, but what Olympiacos? Let's put it straight as well, Tone. Much respect to them because if you'd have watched the game, Ali McCoist and whoever he's commentating with, I can't remember his name, but the commentator, shall we say, with Ali McCoist as the co-commentator, they were saying, "Oh, Arsenal have been fantastic in this half. I'm loving this sort of thing." But Olympiacos shut us down. So what it was the first 20-25 minutes we scored the goal, had a few chances. Trossard again. We're going to go and, as I say, we can repeat ourselves. He's an impact player, Tone, but he was not putting the chances in. Um, but yeah, he started Martinelli on the right, and I think Martinelli, you can't say he had a bad game. I mean, I'm not going to be. I'm thinking obviously if the form he's been in, but they shut us down. Is that kind of what I'm trying to get at without waffling again, as I usually do. But I do like it. It's what I do on this channel. But yeah, second half tone was a bit poor. But they came back in it. You know those Champions League nights where when we had it under Wenger and you'd get 1-0 up and at the Emirates. The crowd are behind it. You know, so it's a bit slightly chilly night, but Arsenal 1-0 up, all right? And you're just thinking to yourself, could they look like I can get back in here? Now we are such a better defensive team than we were under Wenger, and that's no disrespect to Wenger because I
Yeah,
never would.
yeah.
But it could have been worse. Tone, as you said, that great save from Raya,
What a
Benny
save!
White, Benny White. I'll quickly run it. Benny White started. Calafiori was rested with Lewis Skelly coming in. I've already told you played in the midfield and up front and whatever, but so it's a bit of a change one. Ben White was got a few pelters from only not massive Arsenal fans. I wouldn't. He's still rusty Tone, and that chance is where he's kind of been caught on his heels. And Podence used to play for Wolves. I mean, it's a great save. You've seen it. I won't. Everyone has seen it, but they've carried a threat all night, Tone, and they defended brilliantly. The crowd were on it, and the fans, sorry, were getting you singing, and it needed Rice, Eza, and Saka to come on. And again, we couldn't change the game till well into stoppage time. But yeah, it quietened it. You know, it put a polish on a performance where you can't say it was a rubbish one, but this was a handbrake on control. But there was moments where you thought this is going to end up 1-0. So yeah, man of the match was Erdegaard for me, Tone. I would say as well. I don't know
Okay.
if the highlights you saw would have
Yeah, he looked
told
good.
you he
He
was
looked good.
very
Yeah,
good. So I would have say for me it was Erdegaard. But yeah, we move on. We got the Premier League on Saturday, Tone, and I think that was what he had in mind. So
yeah,
and that's how he set up. So yeah, it was a decent performance, Tone. Just
yeah,
it lacked that cutting edge because Olympiacos made it worse, and fair play to them, Tone. They made it tough. They really did.
yeah. I mean, another Champions League win. That's what we want. At the end of the day, you know, if you have to win
Sorry,
in
Tone.
Scruffy, I'm sure we'll
Eight
take it.
clean sheets. Sorry to you carry on that fault, but 8 clean sheets now at home in the league stage of Champions League.
That's good stats. This
So
goes to
very.
show how good our defense is now.
Mm.
You know. Um, yeah, I think I've obviously mentioned the word handbrake. I think it's more if he gets if he can take the handbrake off in certain games, like the game we're about to discuss this Saturday.
Yep, we are indeed, matey. I'll
So
let you have your say now because I've waffled about the Champions League. This is your time there, my friend.
cool. Let's talk about the West Ham game, right?
Yep.
I'm a little bit concerned
Yep.
because the last I was going through some of the stats, right, and the last 2 years we've lost to West Ham at home, and if we just go through, I think so. Sorry, bear with me. So last time we played them at home, we lost 1-0. I don't know if you guys remember it. I was watching Joel Bowen. Bowen scored a header, and then Miles Lewis Skelly got sent off.
Yes, I remember time.
Yeah. Red card upgrade after VAR. So one of them lovely VAR decisions where got overturned and he got sent
Apparently,
off.
Tone, it's all a conspiracy theory that I've been talking about and contradicting myself. But I mean, well, we won't go there, Tone. Dear.
I mean that's a whole other discussion, I think. But
Yeah, well, we'll come back to that one
one
time.
thing
But
I
yeah,
would say, the Newcastle decision not to give us a penalty was an absolute joke. We won't go into that again.
yeah,
So far, we haven't had as many shitty decisions against us as last season. But I say that this game could easily turn its head, right?
Don't.
So
It's tough. It's tough, mate. And again, I don't want to get you to carry on, but
yeah,
yeah, we've as I think I've said in previous streams with us as well. It's a tough one because you want to try to avoid. You need to be good enough, and that what by that I mean, score more than the opposition, which just seems an obvious thing. But when you got VAR and the way they are, and PGMO, should we say as well, Tone, the refereeing body of this country, you have to be good enough to win and
yeah,
avoid that.
yeah.
So yeah, mate. It was. Let's see, Tone. It's a fresh game. It's
Look,
one we have to win and avoid a defeat, Tone.
exactly. You just literally took the words out of my mouth there. There's no point beating Newcastle in stoppage time
No, 100%.
and then going losing 1-0 at home to West Ham. That's not. If that happens, I'm gonna be really, really pissed off.
I'll find out in the chat that you'll be pissed off, mate. Don't
Yeah,
worry. I'll be looking
I'll
forward
be
to
fuming because
it.
it'll be typical Arsenal that we go and do that.
Yeah.
And I think this is where we've got to start making a difference this season in these sort of games. These are on paper, no disrespect to West Ham, on paper, at home, we should be winning these games. This is
Of course you
where,
should, man.
in last season, these sort of games are what lost us, which eventually pulled us away from the title run. So
Yeah.
we need to get a result on Saturday. And I don't think anything less than a win is going to be shit.
Can't disagree with you, mate.
Yeah. So I think I mean, Joe, what's really strange? I was going through this before we went on air, right? We it seems like in the last 3 years we prefer playing at West Ham Stadium,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is nuts because away should be the harder games, right? I don't know. It's because the pressure's probably off us a little bit because they're away. There's not so many Arsenal supporters there, whereas in the Emirates, you know they're going to get on your back if you're having a shit game. But if you look, the results are crazy. So last year, the fixture away to West Ham, 5-2 Arsenal. Remember that absolutely battered them. And
Yeah.
then the season before that, at their ground, 6-0.
Yeah.
So Declan Rice scored against them. And then going back to 2023, they beat us 2-0. So the two results I'm talking about in terms of
Yeah.
the two games at the Emirates where we haven't the worst thing about looking at the last two fixtures, they've kept a clean sheet against us. So that
Haven't laid a
tells
glove on
me
them, Tone, have we? At home.
exactly that. That tells me that they're one of the teams in Premier League. If is that formula, they know how to that blueprint, right? This is where Arteta's got to tweak his tactics very slightly, right? Now I know we're going to get into your. I've allowed you to do the predicted level. I've not done one myself. I've sort of gone with what you've put on yours. I think it's probably what he's going to go with. But I'd always have an argument to say that we're going to get the ball. Right? We're going to have most of the ball. They're going to play on the counter attack or a set piece.
Yeah.
That's what done us up in the 2-0s. It was two set pieces, wasn't it? Remember rightly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mavropanos, if you remember that.
Yeah, coming back to haunt us, Tone.
Yeah,
I remember
bastard. Yeah.
very well.
I think every Arsenal supporter was sitting there pretty going, fucking bastard.
It's always the way, Tone.
Pay for us. So
always the way.
But yeah, should we get into the starting 11?
Yeah, definitely, my friend.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll bring it up for you.
Yeah.
There we go. Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely.
Definitely.
So I think in terms of team news, I think obviously the usual injuries are still there. We've got obviously Kai Havertz is still out. Madueke's out. Hopefully that's not too. Hopefully he recovers quickly from that. Hincapié, your favourite player, he's still out.
I still ain't seen him start of our time. Bit upset, matey.
And Gabriel Jesus, he seems to be training really well. I think there's a chance of him being back in November, December. So
you know what? Fingers crossed, Tone. Whatever happens with a player, I still believe he'll have a role to play, and especially if we're going deeper in the League Cup and obviously he's not available in the Champions League though, Tone. He's not registered in the squad. So, but he can still play, obviously, Premier League
or Carabao
League
Cup, or
yeah. If he stays
for
long enough, I still believe if you haven't, obviously, money wise, unless there's a way to, I'm not going to say, oh yeah, let's get rid of him. The geezer's just coming back from an ACL. If that's what the club, there has been rumours about it. Well, again, this is a different kind of stream, but what I'm getting at is I like Jesus. So unless he's got something else up his sleeve, I think he's got a role to play still.
Yeah. You put big Gabs in there. He picked up a knock against Olympiacos,
yes, he
but
did,
Arteta's
so that was it.
He's fine. So
yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, Tone, because he went down, and I thought he had like he was like this. So, and I'm thinking, has he kind of got like wanted to wait for blood as someone caught him? Because what it was Raya has come for the ball, gone over him, and then landed on top. He's got back up, but he apparently was a bit sort of like, so I don't know if it's something where he might have tweaked. So, I mean, Big Gabby, he's a unit anytime. So,
yeah.
I don't think it's.
or Voltermead from Newcastle's asked where to punch him in the face, get him back.
Yeah, yeah. I watched that back. I had a lot of
Yeah,
feedback on my when with that the short we did for that we made for TikTok as well to have a little preview of this the chat that we do. And
yeah.
they're going, everyone, there's a hell of a lot of comments saying about the punch. It was handbags, Tone. He's kind of gone.
There's
He's
a lot.
gone
What?
like that,
Yeah,
and I'm thinking to myself, it's not even. Like, people are talking about a punch. If this is a punch,
yeah. So,
VAR go.
someone,
It's handbags.
yeah,
Honestly,
someone shared on Twitter. I don't know if you see it. Or sorry, X, should I say, as it's now
yeah,
called. Um, where I think last season at St James's Park, there was a moment where I can't remember the player. One of our players in midfield kicked the ball, like it just passed it, and that Bruno literally just runs into the back of his head.
yeah. This is
So look, if they're
this
going
is
to
what I'm
give it,
saying.
we've turned up to that game and expected them to be aggressive, and we
Yeah,
matched it because
yeah.
they didn't like it. They're now crying. So
They're crying in the media, get putting it all out in the media and all that. But it's like, yeah,
yeah, just fuck
you
off,
do it
you.
all. They're thugs,
Yeah.
Tone. The midfield three are thugs. We can talk about them all
When
day.
they come
But
back to the Emirates for this second round, I hope to do the same to them. I hope they get
damn straight.
yeah, because they're gonna be doing the same shit. So
Of course they are. Listen, mate, they like someone said, and I don't know if I might have mentioned it, and I'm more than likely did it, or it could have been someone on Twitter, and if I might have said it. Why when you were saying about Norgard for Subamendi, that's why I said Subamendi because to out football them. But we also kind of, other than Gabriel went down lightly, but I think we showed Gabriel kind of giving him a bit of a warning, mate. It's just the handbags
mm,
because he's. Uh, People are saying he threw a fist. To be fair, I wouldn't want to be on the end of a Gabriel fist, and that wasn't a Gabriel fist. So if he
no,
really meant it, I'm pretty sure he would have hit him. But it's just handbags. But
yeah.
yeah, of
So
course,
he
because
should
it's
come back in, right?
Arsenal. But anyway.
Yeah. So Big Gab should be in this squad
Yeah,
for
he has to. He
Saturday.
has to start if he's fit, Bones. Yeah, if
Yeah,
he, but hopefully,
yeah.
he's fit, matey.
Some West Ham news. Aaron Wan-Bissaka abdominal issue or
Yeah,
stomach bug should be available. So basically, he had the shits. That's what I'm reading into that. And he'll be back.
that's the posh. That's the poshest football
Yeah,
term to say that he's had a bit
the
of an
curb.
icky stomach.
Yeah, he'll take a few Imodiums. I'm sure he'll be on the pitch.
Yeah,
And then Joel Jerfy, hamstring injury. And then Jean-Claire Todibo is recovering
yeah,
from a groin. He's availability is uncertain. Sorry. So uh, it seems to me, other than Wan-Bissaka, the other two I don't think are starters. It sounds to me that Wan-Bissaka, other than that, I think you've got a fully strength West Ham team, right?
yeah. New manager as well, Tone.
New manager. Yes, we was gonna speak about that. I think
Mm,
the new manager, Nuno, hasn't got a bad record against Arsenal. When he was with Wolves, not so great with Spurs. But yeah,
mm,
Nottingham Forest, he's not done
yeah,
too bad against us. But I
yeah,
do think Arteta has his number. So
yeah.
I do think tactically we've got the better side, we've got the better players. But you've got to watch out for I still think they've got threats on the counter attack. Gerard Bowen he loves his fixture. He's got a few goals against us at the Emirates as well. So
No,
I
no, I'd
think
agree with you, Tone. They're going to hit us on they're going to hit us on the counter attack, Tone. That's what
yeah,
Nuno sets up, matey. So we have to
yeah.
be cautious of that,
I
definitely.
think we just need to isolate Bowen so that
Yeah,
So I think it needs to be one of the things where they're going to lump it forward, right, for him to
yeah,
chase it down. And I noticed what he's really good at, Gerard Bowen. I don't think he gets a lot of credit for it. Is he's West Ham's front man, and he
mm.
always holds the ball up.
Oh,
For such a little
yeah.
guy, he does do well, and he holds the ball up, and then allows other players to catch up, and then
He's
they hit
he's
you
their
on the
talisman,
attack.
Tone, isn't he? If
Yeah,
you think about it in that sense, isn't he? He's West Ham, but he loves it. He's their number one player, and he plays all the time with his heart on his sleeve, mate. It means a lot to him to play for the badge. So you've got to be
yeah,
careful of him, mate.
yeah,
He likes to save a goal or an assist for us. He really does.
yeah. No, definitely. But yeah, look, on your on the starting 11 that you've picked, Wayne, I completely agree
Mm,
with it. By the way, I think he will. he will go for that because I don't think Eze deserves to get dropped. If I'm being
He
honest with
has
you,
to start, Tone. He has
um,
to.
and Odegaard will, he's been playing well. I'm almost tempted to. I don't think a lot of people would agree with this. Maybe I'm almost tempted to say, why don't you drop Zubimendi, put Rice in that role, and then stick Odegaard or Eze in that 8 role, and go attacking. Just go all out attacking. West Ham are going to sit in. They're not going to attack us. They're not going to toe-to-toe us.
Mm,
They're going to sit in. We're going to have probably about 70% possession that game. We'll
yeah.
go through it in a match reaction, but I guarantee you we'll have 70% possession against their third. They'll sit in, hope for a break, or a set piece. They're literally going to go for a smash and grab. The last 2 results against us were a smash and grab. They scored their second goal against us purely from a corner, and it was against the run of play.
Mm.
Again, Bowen holding the ball up, winning the corner, and then they score. So I would literally let the handbrake off. Let Rice sit in front of the back 4, and Odegaard and Eze run that midfield. Put Martinelli on the left, and got Saka on the
I
right.
I can't
I
disagree with that, Tone. I think. Sorry, mate. I just you've just literally you have just literally just stepped right on the point I was going to make. I think obviously
yeah
this is I've done that because this is a bog standard. But you are
yeah
right.
yeah
You are right, Tone. There's he did it against Newcastle, which changed the game. And again, as well, we're not this lineup I've done is not to on any hot to be harsh on Martinelli, but you're right, mate. You could play 2 if you like, 2 number 10s. I
yeah. I
think
would.
obviously
I really
but
would.
Rice is more than
Especially
capable to sweep up Bones. He
yeah.
really is, mate.
And this is how much as I think it's predictable, but this is probably the game to have
Mm,
inverted fullbacks because if you've got your
yes,
two if you've got your 2 number 10s playing that role, they're going to be roaming
yeah,
around that attacking area.
one hundred
And then you
percent.
have your fullbacks tucking into cover. So if
Yeah,
we are susceptible to a counter attack, which we would be doing that,
yeah,
they're going to help clear up. Calafiori will help do that. Timber will clear up. Right, they've got pace as
hundred
well.
percent.
They can help Rice clear up. And then you've got Gabriel and Saliba. Uh,
You'll have you'll
you won't.
effectively Tone. So you'll have a 2-3 kind of. You'll have around Saliba and Gabriel sitting, dude,
Yeah,
and Calafiori and Timber can push up with Rice, and that will be more than adequate to Rice can sweep up. Tone, you're 100% right in that fault. Whether he does or not, but you're 100%.
yeah. I
I
don't.
can't disagree with that at all. To be
I don't
fair,
think
no,
he
I think
will. But
that's
it's one of them
nah.
games where go out straight away, all attack. Don't wait to potentially go 1-0 down, right?
Yeah,
Because West Ham have nicked a goal, which they're capable of doing against us, and they're going to be
hundred
really
percent.
confident going into this game that they can nick something like they have done, right?
Yep.
Um, I just think if we do that, literally get them thinking the other way, rather than us
Mm,
going passing, sideways passing, because they're going to have 2 banks of 4. Gerard Bowen's going to be on his own, and then they're going to they're going to be like, "Well, come and break us down," and So
yeah.
I'm all for. Look, actually, I'll prove it to you. Newcastle went 5 at the back on Sunday
Yeah.
with Odegaard and Eze on the pitch. We've scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
That's all. Do you know what I mean? That is proof that them 2 in the same team is very, very dangerous. And these are the sort of games I get if we're going away to City or we're going away to
Yeah.
Chelsea. Them games, right? Yeah, they're hard, right? Because if you leave yourself open, you'll get
Mm,
punished, right?
yeah.
But these sort of games, I don't think West Ham have the attacking threats they might have done last season, or the year before. I think that there's enough there, and our defense is probably, if not one of the best in the Premier League at this moment in time,
Yeah.
right? It's strong enough to just sit in and go and let our players attack, right?
Mm,
We go 2-0 up, Wayne. Go back to your normal formation. Put Bings with
yeah.
Mendy off, take Eze off, and then literally just then game manage. That's
Game
what
mate.
that's what I
Hundred
think we should
percent.
do. We've got
Hundred
the squad
percent.
to do it. We've got the squad to do it.
Yeah.
Go for it. Eze and Odegaard they opened Newcastle up in the space of 10 minutes, right? Because
Yeah.
Newcastle didn't know where they were that last 10 minutes of that game because we had, all right, Marino scored an absolute blinder of a header, but then you've got that to
Yeah.
come off the bench if you need it, right? But what I'm getting at, don't go into the game with this predictable formation, right? because at West Ham will set up knowing we're going to be playing this formation. The two midfielders, inverted fullbacks. They know we're going to keep the ball. We're going to keep circling the ball. All they're going to do, two banks of four. It's going to shift from left to right, and we're going to do what I've seen us do against teams that do that. We'll go down the byline, cross it in, they hit it out, and then potentially then we do it again, passing around. Then they'll hit us on the break, or they'll do us. Then we're like, oh fuck. We'll
Yeah,
pull the panic button. Go straight in. West Ham are not going to go into this game thinking we're going to attack Arsenal.
yeah,
So I know he's probably not going to do that. I'd love it if he did, but put Odegaard and Eze in that same. But put Odegaard, put Rice as a sweeping number 6. Stick Odegaard in that
yeah,
8 role, right?
yeah.
And Eze in the 10, and then they can interchange because they will. And then you've got your wingers and you've got your career. That to me is scary. West Ham won't be expecting that either.
Another thing as well, Tone, just obviously in what you just said as well. Last night, which also enables a different kind of, and the goal come from a left hand side. Eze swapped around, like swapped positions, kind of in with Saka.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, and just leave it argument's sake, and this is hypothetically speaking, if you know you got Rice there, you got Erdegaard, and you're swapping Saka, and Martinelli's drifting in the midfield behind into the box with Gyökeres, and Saka's gone to the left. You got
Oh,
a left
brilliant.
foot on the
Yeah.
left. Eze's gone and drifted to the right as Erdegaard's picking up. Mate, it will be so unpredictable for him, and
Yeah.
it will be exciting. And as I said to you as well, mate, if there's once we get our players fit, and you get Noni back, Havertz back, mate, you're going to have so many attacking options, and you've got young lads in Dalman and Wanyeri. You can ruin it, in the freshness of them. There's reasons to be excited. But what you've just said, I just wanted to jump in and just say to you as well that's what he did as well last night. So the options, Tone, are endless, really, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see who he starts with. I know we always get it
Yeah.
wrong. I've just got a massive feeling he's going to. For some reason, he likes Trossard on the left. Um,
Don't be surprised, Tone.
I
Hundred
just hope he
percent.
doesn't. It hasn't worked against Newcastle. It didn't work. Who did we play before? Bloody hell, my brain's gone.
No, it was City, mate, wasn't it? It was Moreno and
City.
Trossard started against
Well,
City,
yeah, they
didn't
ignore me.
they?
Yeah, City. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was. Yeah, he
he's
started
got to
against
avoid
City.
that. I'm
Yeah,
not saying it's not a slight on him, Tone, because I just think in this game, a game like this, let's give your sort of what you would want to be your first 11. I'd also, as you said, I don't see any problem for point. And Subamendi, if you needed to rest what Rice, can also sit at the base of the midfield. Obviously, Rice is a more physical player,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you can still play that even Norgard Tone to push that further back. You
Just
know,
to stop, yeah, Joe Norgard, right? I
yeah,
saw on
mate.
X as well the other day, right? No one actually spotted this. So
Yeah,
when we made it 1-0, do you remember when we done it against Manchester City, right?
yeah.
And everyone was just celebrating. And one of the biggest questions was, "Guy, like, there's 2 minutes left. Why are you not running the ball back and trying to win the game,
And
right?"
try to win the game. Yeah, yeah.
Newcastle, we done the same thing. There's a
Mm,
video on X that I see, and I didn't spot it at the time. But guys,
mm,
go and have a look at it. It's actually interesting. They're celebrating in the corner, the Arsenal's players, right? And you literally see Norgard on the touchline, literally screaming at him to go like, get the
yeah,
get
back.
the fucking ball and go back and restart. We go again.
Yeah. I
Um,
love that. I love that mentality, Tone. I
I've got
really do. You've not won the game yet, boys. We need the
yeah,
three
no, he was
points.
and
It's
he
fantastic.
was going nuts on the sideline. He was going get the fucking ball. We didn't. Like,
Yeah,
um, you want that's a winner. That's a winning mentality, right?
yeah,
To not settle.
yeah.
Obviously it worked out really well.
Another one
But
to add to that, and I'll quickly just not waffle too long. But Jorginho used to do that, and
yeah,
also as well. Did you see that Mikel Arteta when he found out at 90 minutes how long was, and he went to everyone, he whistled, and he went
yeah, I said yeah,
8 minutes.
yeah, yeah,
The mentality has to be there, Tony. If we want to win something, that's the mentality we want. And Norgard, I love that. And I did come across that video, but I love that, Tone. I love that.
yeah,
Listen, well done, lads. But we've got, we can win this,
yeah,
and we did.
yeah,
Do it all season, Tone. Do that every time. We have to win against the teams. Look at those. We'll break it down a bit further as well. But I think as well, we'll kind of me and you we'll go through it off air, and we'll break down on one of these videos you know, the 14. What I said on a previous video, the 14 draws, the 6 defeats. That's what we got to change, Tone.
Yeah,
And that mentality
that's
on that game against Newcastle is what has to happen.
that's the difference.
Get the ball, get up and win that game.
Yeah, and as I said earlier in the stream, the Newcastle game means absolutely nothing if we go and lose to West Ham or
One
even
hundred
draw to
percent.
them.
It has to.
Right.
You have to carry on. These are
I,
the games you should win, Tone. You
yeah.
have to. In all due respect to West Ham,
Well,
you have to win.
do you know what? Liverpool aren't looking that great. Galatasaray done a number on them, right?
Yeah,
And Kanate didn't look great in that game either. So he's going to be shaky, right? And they're going
I
away to
told you, Tone.
Chelsea.
He's having a season that's a little bit,
Yeah, look, I reckon beat West Ham at home, right? That will literally will sit in top, right? Liverpool are starting. They're kicking off at 5:30, right?
Mm,
On Saturday, they look at our game, seeing that we've won, and see do you know how much of a mentality shift that would be.
yeah,
Because they literally got to get fired up to go against Chelsea. They're up against it. They're not performing very well. Let's be honest. They haven't really got going Liverpool, and I think
mm,
that's the they're being questioned now whether they can retain their title.
yeah.
But we've got to continue asking the questions,
Of course we have, matey.
and we haven't like we went through the run in the last. Have a look at our last stream, guys. We went through the next 5 fixtures and what our thoughts were. And there's not an easy game in the Premier League, right? There never
No.
is, right? But the one thing that we need to do is to, if we are gonna, we're not. I don't think we're gonna go invincible. That'd be naive of me to think that. Um, but we need to win our home games, right? We need to pick up a lot of points at home. So if we do
Yeah,
go away to your Fulhams and stuff, and we come with a 1-1 draw, you're making yourself a bit of space to be able to do that and recover from it because you've gained all
mm,
the points at home, right?
yeah, it's 100%.
Um, I do think we'll win the majority of our away games. That isn't the problem. It's our home games that's the problem. Last season
No,
was our home games, wasn't it?
I agree, Tone. There's way too many last season, matey. And I just sorry to interject, but just to
No,
make
go
that
for it.
point, you're right because you know what I would say, and if I'm sounding fanciful, sorry, please tell me. I would say that you could maybe to some of the top teams a draw, but you should be winning 16 to 17 of your home games
Well, if we want
and
to win
going
the league,
away to win the league, and then
yeah,
you go away and win, maybe say you win like 10 away games, 10, 11 away games, and you've won 16, 17. You have to win that amount, Tom. We have to
yeah.
make it a fortress. We had too many draws. You can't be drawing against teams, losing or drawing against teams like West Ham. In all due respect, you have to win if you want to be champions and beat these kind of teams.
No, no, definitely, definitely. Before we wrap it up, what's your predictions, Wayne?
You know what, Tone? I want to be expressive today, and I want to say to you that I think that we can still get to, and I think it's going to be similar to Nottingham Forest. I think Nuno's a good manager. He's going to set them up to not be battered and hit on the counter attack. I'm going to go 3-0. I think we're
Three
more
nil.
than capable with the players we have to do it. Once that first goal goes in, Tone, that'll be decisive. I think obviously West Ham is shaky at the back, so 3-0, matey.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I'm going to say 2-0. I
Yeah,
think if we go with what I said and we keep Eze and Odegaard on the same pitch, I think we'll 3-0,
we
four
have.
0 I reckon we'll. We've
Tone,
but
we have to. We have
the
to, mate.
key
It's crazy not to.
the key to this game for me is starting early. Like with
Yeah,
Newcastle, we done it at Newcastle. We was unlucky.
yeah,
Come out of traps very quickly. At
yeah,
home, if we start really slow, uh, the stadium's going to be a little bit anxious because a lot of people
yeah.
will
Of
be going
course,
to this
that.
game going at West Ham a little bit of a bogey team now for us. Right, same with
Mm,
Brighton, although Fulham as well. We've got to turn these right now. If we're going to make this our season, right, momentum shift is important this weekend. I can't tell. I know these are winnable
mm,
games right on paper, but I can't tell you how much of a momentum shift we'll have if we're going to this. We've won this 3-0, for example, and Liverpool are seeing that result before they kick off. You'll find. I reckon Chelsea will beat them. If we beat West Ham,
mm.
I reckon Chelsea will beat them. because
We
I
have
think they'll
to.
go into that game with a bit more
Of course
anxiety.
it
They're
is.
not in form. The confidence
Yeah,
will be a bit low.
they're in danger, Tone. Lose. They're a bit like losing 3 games on the bounce. Also, as well, I'd say err on. I'm going to err on the side of caution as well with West Ham. We can't go 1-0 up. Bowen got them a goal back against Everton. They 1-0 down in their last
Yeah,
game.
yeah, I see
So
that. Yeah,
let's not rest
but
on our laurels and let's do what we have to do. If I'm not mistaken, and please correct me, Tone, I think this is the last set of fixtures before international break again.
I
As
believe so. Yeah,
I believe it is,
yeah,
matey. So it's
which is a pain in
vitally
the arse,
important.
really, because
It is. I hate it, Tone.
if we beat
I
West
hate it,
Ham,
matey.
we've got the momentum on our
Yeah,
side, and our
and
players
it's
fuck off to international break.
how many of our players are going to get injured, mate?
But yeah, but it's not even that. It's fatigue as well. They come
Of
back and
course
they're
it is.
fucking knackered. And I
Yeah,
think our next game is away to Fulham after this.
and that's never a good place to go after international break, Bones. Never is, mate.
No, it's not. And yeah, hopefully our players are injury free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll get to that, but let's win the game first. We'll have to worry. We'll
yeah,
start
yeah.
to
We'll worry
worry
about
about
it
in
after.
in the next
Look,
kind of
if
videos.
let's hope we go into the international breaks top of the league because that's a
That's what it's
momentum
about.
shift.
That
Because
is.
Liverpool got a bit of a run in now with fixtures, so this is a good time to gain some momentum on points as well.
Another one as well, Tone, is they're now suffering. Now, Allison's been absolutely superb for them.
He's out
He's
injured.
out. I think they're saying potentially out till November. So part of the November internationals. That's again
Yeah,
to be
and
confirmed.
they've
Ekatike as
yeah,
well. So they've got to rely on Isaac. I mean, it's not
uh,
an hard one, but Isaac's
yeah,
fitness is
yeah, and his
he's still
form as
gaining
well.
his form.
Yeah,
So
who
you
they got in
know,
goal now? Because Kelleher's gone now, isn't he?
I'm not going to butcher his name, Tone, because again I'll be a meme on the internet. So I'm not going to butcher it. They bought him for about 27 million last year. He's a Greek fella. So yeah, they got him. They got rid of that Kelleher, didn't they, to
Yeah,
Brentford, I believe.
yeah,
Who came in and was seemed to do quite well for him, but he's obviously wants to be a number one now. Fair play to him. So this
mm,
fella's coming in, but yeah, Allison has been the reason why Liverpool. He was also the reason why Liverpool didn't get absolutely smashed against Palace, mate, because
yeah,
Palace was so good against
yeah.
them, and I think they fully deserved it. You know,
They were great.
and
I
that's a
watched that.
difficult game tone for us. I think
Yeah,
this year they're a very
yeah.
good team still,
I think
very good
anyone
team.
that plays Palace now, one thing about their manager, and I know we're off topic here, it's supposed to be an Arsenal channel, but you have to give the Crystal Palace manager credit for getting them playing that. And the Selhurst Park is a fortress now, isn't it?
Keep an eye out, Tone, on him and Man United.
Yeah, a good shout, very good
I
shout.
will. I will be. I'll tell you one thing. He will get them back, and I'm a little bit. You know what I mean? He's got a lot to do.
Mm,
He'll have a lot to do. I still think, in personally, listen, Crystal Palace fans, if there anyone that come across it, if you do, you might not. But anyone that ends up coming across that, I'm not saying it should happen because I still think Glasner's he should stay at Crystal Palace. But there's been rumours that Man United are looking at him, which you can't blame them for.
yeah, yeah,
So
no,
watch his space. But the thing is, it'd be such a shame because look, one thing, and we're going to go on off topic just quickly, but Crystal Palace don't deserve that. You've lost Eza, you almost lost Gay, and he should stay there. I mean, they're a good night, they're a good club. They didn't. We had all kinds of shit come our way when Rice signed for us. Their fans were just like, "Oh no, good luck to him." He's a hero here. He's helped
yeah,
us to an FA Cup and we won the Community Shield. We love him. Good luck to him. They're a good set. They're a good set of fans and a good club. They don't deserve to lose their manager, Tony. That's the one fear I would say for me. For them, you'd feel really sorry for their fans. They don't deserve to lose
yeah, yeah,
almost
no,
two-star players in their manager. It'd be tough. But
yeah,
off
yeah,
topic,
true,
off topic there. But I'm not.
yeah.
What your point was getting at. I like him as well. Like him as well. He's a very good manager.
Cool. All right, we'll leave it there, Wayne.
Yeah, matey.
We'll do a reaction video on Saturday evening. So
We will,
please join
guys.
for that.
We'll
We'll
let you know. We'll confirm the time and all that. But
probably go live
yeah,
maybe. We'll go do a
yeah,
live session.
yeah. No problem,
Um,
Tony.
cool. Please like and subscribe. We're past the 50 mark on subscribers. Your support has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
Stick a like on the video. Leave your comments in the box, guys. What do you think
yeah,
the score's going to be? Do you agree with us? That's the most important thing.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you on the next show. Take care,
We
guys.
appreciate it. Take
See
care,
you later.
guys. See you
Bye bye.
later.